Thank you.
You're welcome. John, right?
Yes, sir.
Head to your drop-off at UFC Apex.
UFC Apex.
Yeah.
Wow.
Work.
Head to your drop-off at UFC Apex.
I'm the
Turn right on
biggest
Hudson
UFC
Lane.
fan, man.
Get 10
Are you
bucks
really?
on Narrow
Oh man,
Drive.
you have no idea.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
What do you do there?
I have 3 shows on their
Turn left
streaming
on Narrow
network.
Drive.
I give out gambling information. I'm a professional bettor.
Oh, okay.
And they were going to start a gambling show 7 years ago. So, being headquartered here, they reached out to casinos and asked who, has done well in UFC, and I guess they said they were getting my name. So they had John Anik reach out to meet me. We had lunch, and then I guess he said, this guy is pretty good at what he does. So they had me go in for like an interview, and we did like a pilot show, and then they hired me.
So what are you doing? What are you gonna do now? So you haven't started then yet?
Oh yeah, I've been there 7 years. 7 years.
So what do you?
If I'm always like the last couple of weeks I've been on where I go on and give a pick.
What's the name of the?
One of the I'm on the UFC on the Line. Which
UFC on the Line?
Yeah, that's a show. That's the one this is our 7th season. I have a podcast that's on video every week. That's called The Gambler's Perspective.
That's on YouTube?
Yeah. And
The Gambler's Perspective.
And then I'm on the Contender series. You watch the Contender series? In the
Oh yeah, I watch it. I'm a huge fan.
I'm on there every week on the Contender series. Yeah, this will be my 5th season on the Contender series.
Your name is what?
Gianni the Greek. You call me
Gianni
there.
the Greek. Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Wow. No kidding. Johnny the Greek.
Yeah.
Winning Vegas gambler feature. Because I bet on UFC all the time.
Oh, do you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's what I do for them. And
I lost my butt last weekend.
It's a tough week, man.
Oh man, I went for the obvious. Alex Pereira. I thought.
I had the right side there. I went opposite.
Did you?
Yeah, I had Ankalaev. I just thought Ankalaev actually should have been a favorite.
He was a favorite.
Yeah. He opened as an underdog, then went to favorite. I thought he should be a lot bigger favorite.
Really?
I knew they were keeping him away because he was the toughest matchup for Ankalaev. For Pereira for sure.
Yeah.
Just because he's multi-dimensional. The crazy thing is he beat him striking. He didn't even use any of his wrestling, really, other than keeping him up against the cage for a little bit. That was it.
My theory on that is that I think Father Time finally got to
yeah. And
I think it's short on that. And
it really did.
Because you know what it is? You see these fighters, they're unstoppable. They're unbeatable.
Yep.
And then they keep getting older, and one day it just
happens a lot of times you see it in the
from
ring.
one fight to the next. With boxing it's really obvious.
MMA, yeah.
And
a lot of times they never recover. Like people expect them to bounce back.
He's 37,
but it's not exactly.
How can he? When is he gonna fight this? When he's 38, he's gonna recover at 38.
It's Ankalaev's time right now. He's been waiting. It's his time.
Well, I'd like to see Ankalaev against Yuri Prochazka because I think that stylistically
that'll be a good fight.
That's interesting. Yeah.
But I lost last week too. I had Fiziev.
I had Fiziev.
I had
Alex and I had Fiziev. The only one that I did win, but I did on the parlay, so I still lost, was the guy that was like minus 500 or something. The guy that did the spinning kick against somebody.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Remember that?
Yeah. That one of the fighting nerds.
Exactly, that guy.
Haven't been losing, man. They haven't been losing. Yeah. But you see, coming up, the next fighting nerd is Gene Silva.
Yeah.
He's fighting, what's his name? That everybody's pissed off right now at Bryce Mitchell. He's fighting Bryce Mitchell.
Oh, he's gonna put him to sleep.
He's like a 4-1 favorite over Bryce Mitchell.
Oh, he's gonna start some.
I'll give you a real good bet coming up.
Oh yeah, what's up?
Volkanovski over Lopez. Diego Lopez. I love Diego Lopez. The UFC loves Diego Lopez. this is a huge disrespect to Volkanovski. You got to remember, Volkanovski was favored against Topuria. He lost, but he was the favorite against Topuria. People forget that. He was fighting Makhachev.
Well, the thing about Topuria is that
round fight. If it gets past second, third round, Lopez
he's gonna gas out.
Yeah, that's the problem. He hasn't really been tested at the UFC level.
The thing about Topuria and Volkanovski is that at that time of the fight, Ilia Topuria hadn't been really challenged. He hadn't fought anybody that you could say, "Oh yeah, he's."
That's true. That's true.
And that's where he showed that. Oh well, he is the guy. He's the guy. He's the man.
That's very true.
So that's why I was like, eh. Now the thing about Volkanovski,
Miami card's really good.
Yeah,
really good.
The thing about Volkanovski is that he's old.
Yeah.
He's really old.
Yeah.
And he's
up there in age, that's for sure.
And here's another problem with him. He's got knocked out twice.
And you see Patricio Pitbull's fighting Rodriguez on that card too.
Who do you got there?
I think it's not a good stylistic matchup for Rodriguez, and I'm such a Yair Rodriguez fan. But
I have a friend that thinks that Rodriguez is going to starch him.
Really?
And I'm thinking, no.
No, it's not a good matchup for him.
Because
it's not a good matchup.
No, because remember what he did to Michael Chandler.
Yes.
He fought him twice, and he was a champion over there. This guy's he's older, but he's still.
Yes.
I think
Patty Pimblett's fighting Chandler.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna tell you who I think is gonna win that one. I think Michael Chandler's gonna starch Patty Pimblett.
It's his easiest fight to date. To date, it's his easiest fight for sure.
I mean, and my friends tell me, Patty Pimblett's gonna win. I'm like, no.
And is Pimblett going to be able to, grapple with him?
He's not gonna be able to do anything with him.
That's the thing.
Patty Pimblett has been given charity with the fights he's been given.
He has.
And this time they're not. This time is the real deal.
Who do you think of Vittori and Dolidze this weekend?
Vittori and who?
And Dolidze.
See, here's the thing. I heard that. Here's the thing about that fight. I know they fought before, but I don't remember it.
If I eat in here, I eat this.
You can do anything you want, my friend.
Thank you.
Nobody can eat or drink in this. You can do whatever the hell you want.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
So Vittori, see, I heard that Vittori and that guy fought before, but I don't remember seeing the fight.
Here's what happened. Vittori, it was a 3-round fight.
Yeah.
Vittori easily won round 1, easily round 1, 2, round 2. But Dolidze has so much power, he started wearing on him. And he made it a closer fight in round 3.
But Vittori still won.
He won unanimous decision.
How old is Vittori?
And everyone's thinking right now that Vittori's going to be just like last week what happened to Fiziev, where he hasn't fought in 18 months. He's coming in off a loss.
Well, how old is he though?
Let me show you right now. He's even younger than Dolidze, 5 years younger.
He is?
Yeah,
Vittori?
Yeah, Vittori's he's young. He's fought so much. He's only 31, going 30. He's 32 years old this year. 32.
Oh, wow.
And Dolidze's 36, 37 years old.
I think I might. I
like Vittori.
I think I like Vittori. I was gonna say, I think I like Vittori.
I bet Vittori. I'm giving him out on the show, and 2 over-unders. I don't know if you bet over-unders. I have 2 really good over-unders, man.
Really?
It's the Vallejos and Choi fight. The over-under's 1.5. I banged that over 1.5, and the second over I bet was, where's he at? Oh, and Hiberio and that Nergazov guy. That's another 1.5 over. You bet those 2 1.5s over 1.5. You should go 2-0 with those. Hiberio over and what's it called? Choi Vallejos over.
Really?
Yeah, those are 2 good bets. Actually, that's what I'm using for the show today.
No kidding.
And Dolidze. I mean, Vittori over Dolidze.
Yeah, I like Vittori because of the age. Because, I mean, Father Time, man. Father Time is undefeated. Okay, let me ask you this. What about John Jones against...
Aspinall.
All day,
I'm a huge John Jones fan. Actually, that's funny you said that. I actually just bought a signed John Jones when he won the title.
Yeah.
When he just won the heavyweight title, they were auctioning a signed picture with a piece of the mat that had the blood on it and stuff. And I actually got it. They gave it to me.
What? What did you get?
It's a big framed picture of him when he won the title, like when they're raising his arm. And
who won the title?
John Jones, when he just won the heavyweight title.
Against Ghana?
Yeah. and it's signed by John Jones.
What did you get though?
And then
what is it though that you got?
Mat. A picture. It's
Of the mat?
Yeah, the mat
of the
fight. Yeah, it's in
of
the
the octagon.
Of the octagon in the frame. Yeah.
Oh,
it's
wow.
badass. It's really
And
badass.
John Jones signed that for you.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's really nice.
Must be nice to know people in the right places.
It's really nice. Yeah, they're nice, man. They're awesome.
Oh, I love them. I love the UFC,
What's
man.
cool is they're nice. Like, honestly, I've asked anytime and I don't really take advantage of it, but anytime I've asked for tickets, always no problem.
Wow.
And to the Apex, they never say no. And the Apex type fights are harder to go than the T-Mobile fights.
Really? Because it's a lot less
such a small
people. Yeah.
space, And everybody wants to go there.
Yeah.
But they're always nice as long as you don't abuse it. Use them, every one. They even for slap. I went to slap last week. Power slap. That's funny.
Yeah.
If you ever
I like it.
If you ever want to go have fun, like go out with your boys,
I saw
go
them.
watch it. Go at Fontainebleau. The tickets are cheap.
Oh.
That's the good thing.
I know.
UFC tickets are expensive.
I know.
But Power Slap is cheap.
I went to
it's a good night.
I went to Sunset Station Casino once.
Uh-huh.
And the champion that back then, I'm going back 6 months or whatever, he was a heavyweight champion, and this other guy that is a former MMA that got into slap up to from there to try and get it back into MMA with the UFC. And so I was talking to him. They had the belt right there and everything.
Really?
I got a little video with them and all.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I've done show like the when they started my show, it used to be me against a fighter every week, and it was me against Daniel Cormier, me against Michael Bisping, me against Tyrone Woodley.
As far as what?
Betting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we'd bet to see who
who got the better.
The
better bets.
And then they had to change it. Because I kept beating them, and not because they don't know MMA, but they don't know gambling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they would just bet. Oh, these guys are my friends, or I trained with them, or so they had to. They had to support certain guys. So after 2 years of that, they were like, "We got to bring in another gambler. Like it can't be." It's good. And I used to joke with them. I said, "Dude, it's like me walking into the MMA gym and thinking I'm going to beat you."
Yeah.
I've been doing nothing else my entire life. This is the only thing I know. Is
so on the last week, the one you got wrong was Ufc'S.
Yeah.
Which I did too.
Yeah.
But you got the Ankalaev you got right.
That was my biggest bet on the show.
Really?
Yeah, that was my biggest bet. So it saved me. The Ankalaev bet saved me. Oh, and I got robbed on Marshall that first fight of the night. I had Marshall plus 300 at 3-1 dog. He won every single round. When the fight was over, he was minus 1,300. He had to put up 1,300
and
to
what
win
happened?
100. He lost a split decision.
They robbed him.
The worst robbery I've had. I think in the 7 years on the show, I never like again split decisions. They go your way. They don't go your way. That balances out. Good luck, bad luck. It balances out long term. But that was straight robbery. Straight robbery. And I tell them, I'm not like there's guys on the street that know more about MMA than I do and are hardcore fans. I'm good at reading data. I'm really good at the math part of it. Yeah, I don't gamble. I look for edges. To me, it's like this, trading.
Yeah. So
I treat it
a long time ago, when Nate Diaz was gonna fight Khamzat Chimaev, and last minute he didn't take that, and he fought Tony Ferguson. Well, I bet like a grand on that one because I'm like that's a gift. And it was 115.
Yeah.
So he even got.
I remember that.
I messed up because I should have parlayed that with Khamzat Chimaev against Kevin Holland.
Oh, he went right through.
Because that would have been $1,600 instead of like $1,100 that I got.
He went right through him.
And then a long time ago, I was telling everyone that would listen to me, everyone, and I was playing poker at the time. So you're sitting for hours at a poker table.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was breaking it down. I was giving them an analytical breakdown of why and how Canelo was going to lose against Bivol. Everybody looked at me.
Way.
Everybody looked at me like a freaking reindeer looking at the headlights.
Yeah.
I'm like,
thinking you're crazy.
And I told him why and how. Like I told him, because I studied Bivol for like a month before that because I already seen most of Canelo's.
Yeah.
And then I remember Canelo's last fight against light heavyweight, which was against a former light heavyweight champion that he was way past his prime. Anyway, and then he was losing that fight until the 11th round when he knocked him out. And I go, Bivol's gonna win it. and he was paying 4-1.
Yeah, yeah.
And the only person that listened was my brother.
The only time I ever bet
And
against
me.
Canelo, I
Against Mayweather.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, no,
Mayweather was only minus 200 back then.
So,
And the reason was it was too. He was smart. Mayweather got him early. 2 years.
oh,
before
he was
that,
too green.
Before
Yeah,
that,
he got him too
Canelo
green.
was fighting at the under 18.
Yeah.
He wasn't even fighting men.
Yeah.
For only 2 years.
Yeah.
Like he knew if I wait 5 years, this guy's gonna get me.
Yeah.
Mayweather
So
was smart. He knew
I
when to
picked
fight
that.
those
I picked
guys.
that. And the next day, a couple of people that were on the table
Mm-hmm,
because I explained to everybody for like 20 minutes, this is how he's gonna lose, and this is why he's gonna lose, and I told him
And it was
everything.
in Vegas. Mayweather, they already give him 2 or 3 rounds. The judges.
And I
you
said
have
to him,
to beat him.
funny thing,
9 out of 12 rounds. If you got to win 10 out of 12 rounds against him just to get a split.
and I
decision,
told him this:
he's
the
not losing in
only
Vegas.
way he wins is if the
Knockout.
other guy gets robbed. No,
Mhm.
if he gets robbed, and they robbed him for 4 rounds, but they couldn't rob him for 12 for more.
No.
So
And here's what people didn't realize: Mayweather so much.
no, I'm
money
talking
in
about
Vegas.
the Canelo one.
Oh,
The against boss said
Yeah,
the
yeah,
only
yeah.
way he
is if they got robbed.
people
And they do that.
if he
They
gets
do that
robbed,
in boxing.
and they
You know
robbed people for 4 rounds.
that. In boxing, and you know why they do that?
Why?
Because the commission gets a percentage of the purse, and he's money to the commission. You understand? So
Are you
they
sure
want
about
him
that?
Fighting there, yeah.
Yeah.
The Nevada State Athletic Commission gets a percentage of the purse.
Turn left on West
All
Flamingo
the
Road.
fighters have to give a percentage of their purse to the State Athletic Commission.
So then-
whose percentage do they want more of? Mayweather's,
Yo.
Canelo's. That's
So
the big money.
So the other one that I just said, this is like very, very, very seldom, and very few and far in between fights that I say this is a lock. You know, like this is a lock. The last one was David Benavidez against, I think it was David Morrell.
Oh, good fight.
And I said, Benavidez wins this fight. I looked at the other guy, I looked at his fights, and I said, nope. And again, boom, hit it.
you see the
Bullseye.
UFC, Dana's getting into boxing now.
Oh, I know.
With the Sheik.
Yep, I know. I saw that.
With the
Hey,
Sheik.
listen, there's very few things you're going to tell me that I don't know about. because
That's awesome, bro. That's
pick up-
awesome. You play poker?
I used to all the time, but right now I'm working a lot, so I can't.
Poker takes time. It
Oh, I
takes
know.
time.
I know.
That's
I know.
the thing.
It's a grind. Let me ask you something. Would I be able to get an interview with you
Yeah.
right now? Everything we've talked?
Yeah.
You cool?
Yeah. Absolutely,
Thank you.
bro.
All right.
100%.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Fuck yeah.
Because I have a YouTube channel and I want to put it up on my channel.
Hell yeah. Just tag me also on social media.
So we're on. We're good.
100%, brother.
Okay.
Please.
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
I
Hell yeah.
appreciate you, man. Thank
No,
you.
it's my pleasure. I
So-
love when I meet the fight fans. It's awesome.
It's awesome.
It happens sometimes where I'll jump in the Uber and the guy's like, I know you from somewhere, or I pull up the valet and they're like, holy shit,
Well,
you're the UFC
I didn't
guy.
know, but I know where you're going. You're going to the Apex.
Apex, yeah.
I'm like, wait, this guy works. He's got to know something. He's got to know something. So that's why I'm like, start picking.
And I don't have cauliflower ears, so you know, I'm not a trainer. You know, I'm not a
Yeah,
trainer.
yeah. So okay, so you think Tom Aspinall is gonna beat John Jones?
Yeah, I do. I wish I'm waiting till it's official, and I think the Jones money's going to come in because right now I think Aspinall's about a minus 150 favorite, and I think he does beat John Jones 6 out of 10 times. I think he does.
Really?
Yeah, it's just he's catching him at the right time, and it's the speed.
Yeah,
of
John
Aspinall,
Jones is-
and he's big.
John Jones is 37, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him lose.
I don't either.
I
He's
wish
my
he would.
favorite.
I wish he would retire, or I wish he would keep fighting, but not against
I've
Tom
never
Aspinall
bet
because.
against John Jones.
Yeah,
I've
no.
never bet against John Jones.
But you are this time, huh?
Yeah.
Really?
And like I said, I just bought memorabilia of him. Like I'm a huge.
Oh,
John
I'm a
Jones
huge fan. Yeah, and I'm not gonna say I don't like Tom Aspinal, but I
I'm
don't
not the
like him
biggest
against John
Aspinall fan.
Jones.
No, I'm not the biggest Aspinall fan.
I'm not. I'm not either, man.
He just has the skill set.
And one time, I gave him a ride, but we're going back like a few years back, when he was still nobody knew him. He sat right here, well, in the different car, and I picked up like 4 guys, him, and three guys he was with, and I didn't know who they were. They were asking me about my wild stories, and I told them about a story where I almost got killed by 5 East Indians and blah blah blah. And they were just eating up my story, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And then we get to the P. I'm like, because he was sitting right here with shorts, freaking tree trunks. His legs were like, I was like, damn. I didn't say nothing, but I was just looking like, this is a monster. And then we get there, I'm like, wait a minute. You're I'm like, you're an MMA fighter, aren't you? Yeah. You're a heavyweight. Yeah. What's your name? I'm
Really?
I'm like, you're asking me about my stupid story about.
Bro, they're all no.
They were eating it up, man.
I've had the pleasure of working with a handful of the fighters.
Yeah.
And being in the production meetings with them and meeting up guys I didn't even work with, but I see all the time at the Apex or the Performance Institute.
Yeah.
Because before they built the Apex, we used to film at the Performance Institute. There's even though they're all alpha males, you know, they're competitive. Like I said during the show, they were so competitive, and there were shows that they beat me. You know what I mean? It's anybody could win.
It's a fight. It's a fight.
But they're so nice guys. Like I haven't met, honestly. Like I'm not just bullshit. I haven't met a single asshole. Like someone.
But listen to this.
And you would think some would be arrogant and cocky.
No,
they were this thing from that.
They were. Tom Aspinall and the 3 guys that he was with. They were eating up my stuff. They were just like,
that's how it is with me.
They were in cloud 9.
They want to ask me about, instead of me asking them questions, they ask me about my work and how I approach it.
Yeah.
And I was talking with last week when we taped last week's show. I'm at the makeup room talking with Dean Thomas for 20 minutes, and he's asking how do I look at the fights? Because I tell him, you know, I don't look for value with my eyes, because I'm not going to see something they're not going to see. Like they know how to watch a fight. You know what I mean? I watch it as a fan.
Right.
They watch it as specialists, as technicians.
Right.
They know weaknesses and strengths. I look at the math and the betting line and the data and things that are much different, and they find that so interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But again, they're like, if you're not in the UFC by accident. These are the top 1% of the top 1%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
guys.
You have to be born a specific human being.
Yeah.
To have the wherewithal.
They're special. To get that far in fighting, those guys are all special.
Yeah, to get in that octagon, man. Oh my God, you gotta be.
They like everyone that works there. Different. I can tell you this, dude. They love working there. Not even because you have access to the UFC and stuff, but just they treat their employees so well, bro. So well they treat the employees. They really do. They're like a team. I went through it with them with COVID, and like the way they took care of their people, unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
To be that big of a corporation, that big of a company, that they're a monster, and yet still, like they'll know everyone's freaking name. Dude. The top brass will know, and even the top executives. All the way up to, you know, Dana are the nice people. Like he'll come over and say hello, shake your hand, and he doesn't have to stop to say hi. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this:
Get me at the Apex.
John Jones and Tom Aspinall, they're fighting this summer, right?
Yep.
Probably.
Yeah, it hasn't been announced, but it's happened. Dana said it's happening.
Yeah, probably. What do you call that week? It's called the
International Fight Week.
Probably, right? Probably.
Yeah,
It's not set in stone yet. Now let me ask you this: okay. I too believe.
If you go to that, I do my podcast live from there every year.
Yeah?
Yeah, every year on the Friday on.
And you let me give it 5 seconds. And
come up and give out a pick.
Really?
I promise you, bro. I promise you.
I'm gonna be there,
bro. I'm gonna be there, man. When I'm doing the Gambler's Perspective podcast, I give you my word.
All right.
I will call you up, and you could give out picks for that week's fights. I give you my word, bro.
I'm gonna be there. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna be there. You're on tape.
I don't break my word, brother.
And listen,
I promise you.
I got you.
I promise you.
I got you on video. You're saying that.
I will have you come up.
All right.
You know your shit too. I love seeing.
Okay, now let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. So they're gonna fight. John's, I think, is 37 still.
Yeah.
Okay. How does Tom Aspinall beat him?
With speed.
That's it?
Yeah. Speed's going to be the differentiator,
but so you when you're talking about speed, you're talking about a knockout. Then he's going to knock him out. He's never been knocked.
No, and he's durable. He's very durable. Too.
So is this going to be like a 3 or 4 beating? I think 3 or 4 round beating.
I think Jones is going to have trouble
with the speed
landing on Aspinall. Yeah,
he's going to have the reach. No question there.
I don't think he's going to be able to take him down. I think he's going to be able to take him down and use his grappling against Aspinall.
I don't know,
I think
man.
Aspinall's too fast on his feet.
I don't know.
And I wish I liked Jones in that fight. I do. I wish, but I would be betting it as a fan.
You You cannot bet with your heart. You cannot bet with your heart.
That's what Bob.
You
The
gotta,
hardest thing.
you gotta bet
No.
with your
You
brain.
have no idea because I told you the first 2 seasons I worked with a handful of the fighters and they were still active, a handful of them. You know what I mean? They were still fighting. And then even guys that I met at the Apex. And it sucked because I didn't want to see someone lose. Like I knew with the betting line I should be betting the other side. And a lot of times I would just pass. I wouldn't bet the fight because I didn't want to see the guy lose. Like, I
Oh
liked him
yeah,
as a human
that's your
being
heart. That's
so
your heart
much
right there.
That I said I don't even want the money. I'd rather not. I don't need the I'd rather not see him lose. I want to cheer on with him than
I've been able
cheer
to get
against him.
past that. I've been able to get past that.
That's awesome.
But yeah,
With every
So-
other sport, I've
so-
done it. I'm not a fan of everyone else, any team now, and any other sport. But any relationship that I've had at the UFC, it makes it so difficult.
So
not want
he's
to-
gonna beat him with speed.
Yeah, that's going to be the differentiator.
Well, well, I guess so. That means that he's gonna beat him. He's not gonna submit him. He's gonna just beat him up. That's what you're saying. He's gonna get beat up.
It's going to be tough to. Yeah, I think he's going to be easily win a decision. I think.
Really?
I think here's what I think.
Tom Aspinall has never gone past 2 rounds, has
I
he?
think Aspinall's going to win the minutes, and Jones may win the moments. Like Jones may have the bigger moments, but I think minute by minute, Aspinall's going to get the best.
You think this is gonna go 5 rounds then?
No.
Oh.
No, I don't think so. I think he breaks him down.
So he's gonna
I think you're going to see a ref
stop him
stoppage. I don't think he's going to get knocked out.
by get beaten
I
up.
don't think he gets knocked out, but I think he's going to see a stoppage from the ref.
That's what you're thinking, huh?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know what I wish?
I mean, you got to remember, I think Aspinall's 30, 31.
Yeah, he's young, man.
He's not older
he's on
than
his peak.
31, 32.
He's peaking.
He's right around there.
He's peaking. Now, here's what I wish I would see Jones do this. For this particular fight. I wish I could see him hire himself the best nutritionist for this fight. He's already got the strength and conditioning. I wish he would stop lifting heavy weights and just
That's the thing. It slowed him down.
and just work out normal, work on his speed again. But I would like to see him about 229, 228. You know what I mean? Just because last time it was 237, and before that it was like 247.
The thing I will give Jones is what scares me and why I can't place a big bet on Aspinall is the reach.
Well, that's what I just said. He's gonna have the reach.
He's gonna have about 6 inches.
He's
And
gonna have
those
the
guys
reach.
With that kind of reach, usually win 2 out of 3 times. You know.
Yeah,
I mean?
and
Give
then-
the guy with that kind of reach.
And if he comes in about 8 pounds lighter than he did last time, a little bit leaner.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm going to bet. The truth is, if the line doesn't come down, I'm not going to bet against John Jones. I just think it's going to come down to closer to a pick 'em, closer to a coin flip, and then I'll feel like I'll be forced to bet Aspinall, the younger guy, the more motivated
the
guy.
bigger guy, the much bigger. He's gonna have 30-something pounds on him.
Yeah, and motivation. You gotta remember,
that's like 2 weight classes.
Aspinall's been doing nothing but training for John Jones for how long now?
Yeah.
Like that's been the fight he's been
Turn left
waiting
on West
for.
Sunset Road.
Where with John Jones, Aspinall hasn't even been on his radar until lately.
No.
He hasn't cared about Aspinall.
No, he
at all.
doesn't.
But Aspinall.
The only reason why he's fighting him now is because Alex lost.
Yeah.
He lost, and now now
Can you imagine?
he'll
what he
never
would've done?
he'll never fight Alex now
You know
because
what
it's
he-
over. That's
he
over.
would have destroyed Pajeda. I think John, even with speed, I think once
Yeah.
he got a hold of him, it would have been.
Oh, who? John Jones?
Yeah,
Against?
Alex.
Oh, he would have eat him up.
Yeah.
But it would have been a fun fight to watch.
It would have been fun. Though. Yeah, absolutely.
But now that fight will never happen. Never. It's not gonna happen. Doesn't matter what Alex does now. He can come back and win. He's not gonna fight him. That's it. It's over. So now there's no one else. There's no one else.
No.
Tom Aspinall.
No, they have to make that fight.
But you know,
And always Dana was saying it's good, but this time he even said, it'll be, like we haven't announced the date, but he even said in the last press.
I know, I saw that. He goes, it's gonna happen. We're just looking for the location and
and
the date.
That was a good call. International Fight Week.
Well, yeah.
Because John loves fighting in Vegas.
Yeah.
He loves fighting in Vegas.
Yeah. And this is just like, goodbye. I think that's probably going to be his last fight.
That's also a thing. I don't like betting.
I wish he would fight a couple more times.
Retirement in their minds.
Yeah.
When they have one foot out of the cage.
Well, he hasn't said that, but he's he wants to fight. If Dana, if he was to win this fight, And Dana said to John Jones, listen, man, you fight whoever you want. You pick and choose the day, the place, and the person, and the weight. He would fight a couple more times.
I think so.
But Dana's not going to say that to him.
I think so too.
But if he was to say that to him, John Jones would fight a couple more times. After and if he was to beat Tom Aspinall. You agree with that?
Like 100%.
I would love to see him a couple more times, but not again. You know, like fun fights, like about what's that guy from Australia, Tattoo Ibasa?
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like fun
That's
fights.
a big boy.
You know, like
That's a
fun
big
fights like
boy,
that,
bro.
like him, or you know what I mean, like, or the real tall German guy. Forget his name.
Turn left. then
Oh,
make a slight
what's it
right
called?
turn.
You know who I'm talking. You know who I'm talking
Who
about.
almost beat what's it called? Oh my God.
Oh, he almost beat the Black Beast.
Yes.
That guy.
Yes,
You know, like
yes.
fun. Where am I dropping you off at, bud?
Right
Right there?
Yeah, we just go around the circle.
All right, listen, man, John
Javier,
the Greek, right?
Yep. Gianni the Greek.
So I've got like 18 minutes on this video.
Perfect.
I really appreciate you, man.
Gianni the Greek.
Johnny the Greek. I
Yes,
really
sir.
appreciate
The
you, bro.
pleasure's mine,
And
bro.
I'm gonna
Thank
see you.
I told you, international fight.